What's on, guys? Just here back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for AEW Double or Nothing. Man, let me tell you, it was a little bit better than WWE. Day before. This past Saturday already. So I was gonna get to it then with the pre-show kickoff match. With Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo because they have a something with the talking during the pre-show kickoff thing. So the package wraps up. Rosa makes her way out to the ring, followed by the Rosa. The belt sounds official running with this one. Early on, Rosa is shout out of a cannon, dominating the offensive action. Purrazzo takes over in motions, kicking up dust on Rosa as she is down behind her. Rosa takes over with submission work on the mat and athletics praised as being among the best ground talents in the women's division from the commentary team. After some more back forward action, we see Rosa shift the offensive momentum back in her favor. It looks like she is working her way towards victory when Purrazzo gets a pin and holds onto the ropes to cheat for the win. So winner is Deonna Purrazzo. Alright. Alright, second pre-show match. The Acclaim, the Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn versus the Machine, Brian Cage, and Gates of Agony. It's time for our second pre-show of the evening. The thing for Gates of Agony, the for Cage of Agony, the collective name for the trio, the Machine, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony duo of Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. They settle in the ring and their music dies down. The Acclaim's tune plays and Max Caster raps about freak, sex, stuff, and still not knowing the Gates of Agony's name. The bell sounds official. Oh, by the way, when they were doing that, what's his name? Serious and me when doing to the fans like behind him. This is what the fans look like behind him. Like they didn't do nothing behind him. That's so rude. But anyways, Vegas for sure. This one, the Vegas Golden Knights mascot was introduced prior to the match. Cancer rapped during his entrance and made a joke about the size of Cage's penis. Bowens had his left thigh wrapped. Daddy Ass calls for Cage to tag in early on. Cage obliged and put Gunn down, but imposed Gunn returned the favor by putting Cage down with a shoulder block before posing and delivering a crotch chop. We all we see all six of the guys in the match brawl on the floor. Bowens was placed to straddle in the ring steps, and then Gunn was run into the steps. Bowens sold his thigh injury. The heels isolated Caster in the ring while his opponents were down on the floor. After some more backcourt action, we work our way to the finish of this one, which sees Cage grab a chair at ringside to a ton of boos. The mascot introduced at the top of the bout takes a chair from Cage for a big pop in the ring. Gunn gets an inside cradle out of nowhere on Khan for the pinfall victory. Gunn is slow to get up afterwards. So the winners are the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn. Alright, now it's the first match on the main card, and there's 10 matches on the main card. And yeah, this is gonna be a long video, and I know that. Y'all know that too. So, anyways, so the first match is AEW National Championship. Roger Strong, who is the champion, versus Will Ospreay. So, shoot inside the MG was sorry. The theme for Will Ospreay hits, and out comes the aerial assassin for our first match of the evening. Roger Strong's theme hits, and out comes the Undisputed Kingdom member for the latest defense of his AEW National Championship. Ospreay tries to blindside Strong with a hidden blade, but gets caught, leading to a melee with the champ and his pals. The fight spills to outside, where Ospreay manages to dispatch the Kingdom, focusing his attention on the champ, who charges at him only to be taken down. Now both men are back in the ring, going at it until Strong sends Ospreay to the outside, once more distracting the ref while Taven and Bennett. If you hear someone in the background, guys, just letting I know. Just don't worry about it. If I can hear it, just letting I know. While Taven and Bennett set the challenger up, leading to a clothesline off the shoulders into the floor. Strong takes advantage of this after the ref checks on Ospreay and starts wearing the challenger down in the ring. Ospreay starts fighting back with some chops, but is sent to the corner by the champ for some hard right hands. Strong drops the challenger down hard and gets a near fall, but breaking Osprey back up to his feet, turns to a jawbreaker on the champ. Instead, a trade of strikes leads to Strong, sending Osprey to the corner, but the challenger catches him by Osprey, dropping the champ to the mat. Instead, Taven and Bennett hop onto the apron looking to get involved, distracting the ref long enough for Wardlow to run it in, but an attempt to hit a powerbomb goes weary. When the ref catches him, he ejects Wardlow from the ring, while Osprey catches the champ with a cheeky Nando's, forcing Strong to flee to the outside, where he and the Kingdom get caught with the corkscrew moves up from the aerial assassin. Osprey brings the champ back into the ring and gets a near fall before Strong gets to his feet. For some strikes, Osprey responds with a flurry of offensive, leading to a near fall of his own. Osprey heads up top but is intercepted by the champ, who climbs the turnbuckle himself, only to be knocked down to the canvas before Osprey leaps off. He lands on his feet as Roderick Strong rolls away but seems to have jammed his knee, and the champ takes advantage, catching Osprey with the stronghold. Osprey tries to fight out of it, only for the champ to transition to a cloverleaf until Osprey manages to grab the rope to survive. Osprey starts to fight back and eventually hits an Oscutter for a close 2 count. The crowd breaks out in a loud "This is awesome" chant after the action to check on Osprey. Earlier, he stops again to check on Strong. Now, Downcast throws his headset down from special commentary and tells Osprey to do the retired Tiger Driver move. Osprey goes for it as the crowd goes wild. He lifts Strong but decides against it. The hesitation allows Strong to counter. Strong lands a big kick that knocks out Osprey. He jumps on him for the cover, but Osprey kicks out a Hurricanrana attempt to a pin attempt from Osprey. Gets another close 2 count for the challenger. Osprey wipes out Strong with the trademark shot. He hits a Stormbreaker and covers him for the pinfall victory. We have a new AEW International Champion. So winner and new AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay. Alright, we have a promo coming up. Let me get my drink real quick. Alright, after Ospreay wraps up his celebration, out of nowhere the lights go out. The theme for Adam Cole hits, and how he comes. He is walking fine now. He gets on the mic and asks who is ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby. He pulls out the Devil's Mask and talks about how when he's back there will be hell to pay. The lights go out again. We see a fancy video of MJF in a nice area with his back turned to the camera. The former AEW World AEW World Champion turns and his theme hits. The crowd goes absolutely insane. MJF comes to the ring and stands across from Adam Cole. The fans chant, "You fucked up," at Cole. The two hug and the crowd boos. MJF backs up and low blows Cole blatantly and smiles. He leans down and asks if he kicked the little baby. He then talked about the friendship part of his life being over. He says now it's all about heat. He tells Cole to suck a bag of donkey dicks. He says the stupid, goofy, grotesque mask that symbolizes the tail end of 2023 can go straight to hell. He does a Ric Flair throws and the mask down and hits the ropes and drops an elbow on it. MJF says he's been betting on himself since day one. He's all in and is going double or nothing. He says if it's not obvious about his AEW contract status, he tells the cameraman to zoom. We see a tattoo on him that reads "Bet on yourself." He says when it comes to MJF and AEW, you can call him the Wolf of Wrestling because he's not fucking leaving. The theme hits again to end the Wild segment. So yes, finally he's back, man. Holy shit. Ooh, thank goodness he's staying with AEW, man, because that was fucking badass. Anyways, We have a next match, Unified AEW Trios Championships, Bullet Club Gold versus Death Triangle. It's time for our second bout of the pay-per-view portion of the show, and we're going 2 for 2 as another title. It's on the line. The Unified AEW Trios Championships will be defended as a Bang Bang Gang trio of Bullet Club Gold defend against the reunited Death Triangle team. Each team makes their equally badass ring entrances, and then we get ready for our next match of the evening. The bell sounds, and off we go. Pac and Jay White kick things off for the respective teams. Colton Gunn instantly tags, and Colton charges at Pac, but gets taken down with a hip toss instead. Colton tries to fight back, but gets caught with another hip toss before tagging in Austin, who gets caught with a flurry of offense by Pac, leading to a hip toss that ends up sending Austin out of the ring. Colton and White try to intervene, but that leads to Death Triangle confronting them in the ring. Austin gets back in just as Penta tags in for a flurry of offense on Austin before Phoenix tags himself in for a wheel barrel slam and a near fall. Colton tags in, but is soon met with a triple attack from Death Triangle. Austin runs in, but is beaten down by the trio as well, while Jay tags himself in, leading to chaos that spills to the outside while Pac gets caught by Jay for a Blade Runner attempt. Jay goes for a DDT instead, and that seems to do some damage on Pac's neck. The ref checking on him before Jay hits a neck breaker for a near fall. Yeah, Pac fell down bad. Anyways, the tag is made to Austin, who continues to target the injured neck of Pac as he brings him to the corner for a tag. Right back to the switchblade chop by Jay, who drops Pac to the mat for a near fall. Jay stays on the attack, however, catching Pac on the bottom rope with the slingshot and a near fall before transitioning to a single leg crab to keep him isolated from the corner. Tag to Clint, but Pac kicks him away from a tag to Austin, but the Guns can't stop Pac from making the tag to Penta. Penta goes off on the Guns, leading to a Lucha Brothers double team, but the pin is broken by the Switchblade. Jay tags himself in, but is met with a double team by the Lucha Brothers, ending with a spinning driver to the mat by Penta for a near fall. The tag is made to Pac as chaos ensues between all 6 men, with Penta hitting a destroyer on Colton and Jay hitting a Uranage on Phoenix. Pac in the corner and takes Colton down before hitting a snap German suplex on Austin. Man, too much reading. After that, a triple team attack connects on Jay White after leading to a stomp and Fear Factor combo. The Guns grab the golden bat from ringside, distracting the ref as Pac goes up top only to be intercepted by returning Juice Robinson. Juice drops him off the turnbuckle, leading to a Blade Runner that gets the champs to a pin and the win to retain the Unified AEW Trios Championship in an excellent match. So winners and still Unified AEW Trios Champions, Bullet Club Go. So yeah, Juice Robinson is back. Our next match is AEW Women's Championship. Thomas Toni Storm, who is the champion, versus Serena Deeb. Our title match is up for our next pay-per-view of the bout, as it's time to find out who will leave Sin City with the AEW Women's Championship. Deeb for Serena Deeb hits, and out she comes for her big title opportunity. The camera shot goes black and white, and out comes the reigning defending AEW Women's Champion Thomas Toni Storm for her latest title defense. The bell sounds, and off we go. The challenger is quick to go on the attack, trying up the champ with holds before hitting a drop kick on the booty of Thomas Toni Storm. Thomas Toni from there. Storm is sent to the corner, but just as quickly fights back before sending the challenger to the outside. The champ brings Deeb back into the ring, but is distracted on the apron, leading to a dragon screw from Serena that sends Toni down to the floor. Deeb follows up on the outside before bringing the champ back in the ring for a near fall. Deeb is back on her feet, Now for a flying octopus hold on the champ, who steps over to the ring, and with her arms tied up, she grabs the rope with her teeth to force a break. Deeb is quick to reset, however, getting an abdominal stretch until Storm manages to fight out. Storm is driven to the mat with another dragon screw by the challenger. After some interference from Ryan May and Luther at ringside, we see Storm get the win to retain the AEW Women's Championship in another good match. She has her post-match black and white dramatic actress celebration, and we move on. So winner and still AEW Women's Champion, Thomas Storm Stormer. Yeah, she was all like this after the match. She's like, like that and stuff. I was like, she's hilarious. I love her. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. So the next match is Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. The pre-match video page airs for our next match of the evening, which is a battle of former best friends turned enemies. The full story leading up to tonight's Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta bout is shown, and then we return from inside the MGM Garden Arena. The theme for Trent Beretta hits, and out he comes. He tells in the ring to, oh yeah, he had a new theme song entrance and stuff, so, and a new video Titantron, thing. He sells in the ring to a ton of boos, and his music dies out. Orange Cassidy's theme hits, but no one comes out. The music stops. Orange Cassidy's old theme music plays. Out comes a freshly squeezed one as Don Callis is introduced on the special guest commentary. The commentators point out Cassidy is wearing a black shirt for the first time ever. The bell sounds, and off we go. We see the two charge and meet in the middle of the ring, where they trade shots back and forth. Vicious fashion. Trent sends Cassidy to the corner with some hard strikes laying him out. Trent continues the attack until Orange turns things around, sending him into the turnbuckle and then to the outside for a big dive through the ropes, driving his former pal into the barricade. Cassidy sends Trent onto a chair at ringside. He fires away with punches, but Trent goes back on the attack, catching him by the throat at the ringside post. Trent wears him down as the crowd let him know what they think. Drawing a smirk from Beretta as he rains down some punches, Trent follows up with a suplex twice over, really wearing Cassidy down as he looks for a third, but Cassidy fights back. He gets sent to the corner where he hits a boot on Trent, but that is followed by a big suplex by Beretta, driving Cassidy down hard. Trent continues the attack, sending Orange to the corner as he lays in some more punches as Cassidy is sent to the corner once more, but he responds to this by putting his hands in his pockets. Trent is not pleased by this as he lays in some chops, but Cassidy manages to fight back and drops Beretta to the mat. Cassidy with a series of stomps into a running dropkick, but Trent tries to escape the corner as Orange goes up top, only for Trent to head to the apron. Cassidy goes after him and takes a pile driver to the apron for his troubles. I don't know why I laugh. Cassidy's barely moving on the floor as Trent heads out, setting up the steel steps for a repeat of a couple weeks, only to get his arm caught by Cassidy, who hits him with the beach break to the floor. The ref begins the count as both men slowly make their way to the ring, ending up in opposite corner as Orange reaches out his arms like he wants a hug, but as Trent charges at him, Cassidy drops him down to the mat. Trent is already back up and looking for a suplex, but it gets countered. But the stun dog millionaire is blocked as well. They go at it again, and this time Trent catches him with a pile driver for a 2 count. Trent goes to the corner, mocking Orange with his hands out this time, only to be met with the right hand by Cassidy. Cassidy hits him with the beach break for the corner. Trent kicks out and fights back. He goes for a big move, but ends up in a pin by Cassidy. who gets the 3 to end this at 1 out of nowhere. After the match, Paquette tries to interview Trent, but he says he isn't doing this anymore and walks off through the crowd. So winner is Orange Cassidy. Yeah. Alright, next match is FTW. Winner is Orange Cassidy. So next match is FTW Championship match, triple threat match. Their learning tree, Chris Jericho, who's a champion, versus Hook versus Kazuri Shibata. It's time for more championship action as the learning tree. Chris Jericho makes the latest defense of his for the World Championship. The theme for Hook hits after his basketball flashes on the ceiling. He heads to the ring to the sound of Action Bronson and a big crowd reaction from the fans inside the MGM and Garden Arena. The theme for Kazuri Shibata, out comes the wrestler with his trademark tail. The learning tree, Chris Jericho, theme his out comes the longest reigning for the world champion of all time. He has a big old smile on his face as always, and is waving to the people like a beauty queen. The bell sounds official in this one. Hook blasts Jericho with Childs, and Shibata hits back suplex on the learning tree. Hook hits a suplex of his own and goes under the ring to pull out the table. Oh man. He goes and sit up back in the ring. We see some more big spots, and then a sack is pulled out from under the ring. Wasn't it? Probably thumbtacks, right? Maybe broken glass. No, they're in Las Vegas, so it's a hunch of dice. Ouch! I remember I stepped on those before they hurt. Collectively, that can't feel good getting slammed on. No, it's not. Everyone gets a turn in the fun too. Big Bill runs for a blatant attack on Hook, as he had Jericho dead to the right. Hook fights back and hits an absolutely insane T-bone suplex on the much larger man from the ring apron through the table on the floor, perfectly 1 inch to the right, and Big Bill was going into the big sturdy steel leg of the table. Yikes. Back inside the ring, we see some more back and forth action and interference from the bounty hunter Brian Keith, leading to a juice effect from Jericho to retain Hook. Hook goes after him afterwards. Jericho security runs out. Hook suplexes them all as Jericho scurries away. So winner and still FTW champion, their learning tree, Chris Jericho. Our next match is IW Heavyweight Championship Eliminator. Jon Moxley was champion versus Konosuke Takeshita. The pre-match video package airs to get us ready for our next match of the evening, which is an IWGP Heavyweight Championship eliminator bout. Don Callis, family member of the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, makes his way out to the ring. As we return live, he sells inside Square Circle, and his entrance tune dies down. While Thing plays out and out through the crowd is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. Mox goes on the attack early, sending Takeshita to the corner for some chops before Konosuke turns it around. Takeshita takes to the ropes, now taking Mox down hard before focusing on the injured arm of the champ. Mox gets sent to the corner, pulling out tape to keep the damage before bringing him to the center for a hammerlock slam. Mox is soon able to turn things around, sending Takeshita to the apron only for the Alpha to drop him down and hurt instead. Konosuke starts pulling out the bandages as he continues to focus on the shoulder. After that nasty looking attack, before Mox turns around, starts laying in punches and taking a bite out Takeshita on the barricade. Takeshita turns it around, now trapping Mox's arm in a chair against the barricade before stomping away at it. Mox gets to his feet but is driven into the steel steps by Takeshita, who brings the champ back into the ring to wear him down. Mox starts to fight back but is hoisted up by Konosuke for a brain buster before trapping the arm for a crossface hold, but the champ pulls his nose, building up an opening to get to his feet. The two trade strikes now, with Mox starting to get the upper hand, but not for long, as Takeshita hits him with the boot sending him to the ropes. Mox is able to respond with the cutter, driving the Alpha down to the mat. Mox gets back to his feet looking for a pile driver, but Takesha counters out, getting an armbar on the champ. Instead, Mox fights out, getting a triangle hold on Takesha in the process. But Kanoshiki counters with a power bomb before going for the armbar again. Mox struggles but is able to get to the ropes as Takesha breaks the hold only to go after the face of the champ. Mox sends him out of the ring before hitting the ropes, diving onto the Alpha to send him to the floor. Oh man, it's a long one. Mox rises to his feet as he goes back on the attack, sending Takesha back into the ring, but the Alpha is back to his feet, rushing toward the champ. Mox catches him with the lariat, lariat instead, but Takesha responds with a power driver and a wheelbarrow suplex for good measure. Takesha in the corner for a running knee strike, but Mox catches him with the paradigm shift instead. The two fight to a vertical base with headbutts on and other strikes, finally getting to their feet. Forearm strikes back and forth until Takesha rings the champ's arm for added damage, followed by a hard right hand to the head. Takesha back in the corner and he hits a power drive knee covered by Takesha, but the champ manages to kick out. Mox gets the bulldog choke on Takesha, but the appearance of the bandage makes the ref intervene. Mox goes for a death rider but is sent to the corner by Takesha instead, who drops him with a nasty kick before hitting a death rider of his own on the champ. Mox survives and fights back with another death rider for the win. No title shot for the Alpha. So winner is Jon Moxley. Alright, next match is TNT Championship match, which is a barbed wire steel cage match. With Adam Copeland, who is a champion, versus Malachi Black. The pre-match package for the barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT Championship airs. Adam Copeland defends against Malachi Black next. If Malachi wins, he's the TNT champion, and Copeland must bend the knee to the House of Black. The package wraps up when we return inside the arena. After lights go out, the theme for the House of Black plays, and out comes Malachi for our next match of the evening. He sells in the ring. After a cool entrance, the theme for his opponent plays, but it's not the usual on this day tune. It's a more sinister tune. We see a dark arena with dark red lights as Adam Copeland emerges through the ground at the top of the ramp, and like the devil. By the way, they're playing Slayer, South of Heaven, so that was fucking badass. He sails in the ring, and we waste no time. This barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT Championship is officially up and running. The ring is also filled with tables and chairs and other goodies. These two immediately get after it, and almost immediately we see blood drawn as Copeland smashes Malachi's hand into the barbed wire on the cage wall. Copeland ramps the barbed wire around the turnbuckle pad. After some back and forth teases with that spot, we finally see both get face first, smash into it. Both are bloody mess pretty early on. A table is set up in the ring, covered in barbed wire. Black takes over and beats down bloody Malachi for a prolonged run in the offensive lead. Copeland fights back, puts Black on the barbed wire table and climbs to the top of the barbed wire cage, leaping off and putting him through it. Wow. Okay. We work our way to the finish, which sees Copeland and Malachi end up on the floor outside of the cage. We hear fans barking, and the commentators point out that can mean one thing. Out comes Brody King and Buddy Matthews next to a bloody Malachi. They stop and turn and walk over to Copeland as Malachi looks shocked and crowd wars. They end up clotheslining Copeland down and beating him up. Back inside the barbed wire cage, the House of Black have Copeland on his knees, and they put a barbed wire crown over his head with his arms pulled to each side like a crucifixion. The crowd gasps at that. Before they can do anything, the lights go out and turn dark red, like during the Copeland's entrance. Beasley plays up through the ring, pops Gangrel, David Heath. He spits blood at the House of Black guys, and hits impalers on anything that moves. Yep. The House of Black guys end up knocking Gangrel down, and Copeland takes over. He gets a barbed wire thorn crown off his face, nearly ripping his eyes out. In the process, he pulls out Malachi and uses it as he stretches him with his submission finisher crossface for the win. He and Gangrel have a cool moment as Copeland's uh, regular on this day theme plays. Very cool moment. Copeland is still your TNT champion. So winner and still TNT champion on Adam Copeland. Alright, now we're on the triple main events. First off is the TBS Women's Championship match. Willow Nightingale, who's the champion, versus Mercedes Moné. So here we go. It's main event time, part 1 of 3. Backstage, Lexi narrator talks to Don Callis for an interview. He says he's got a scoop for her. He'll be presenting a contract for the Don Callis family on this coming week's post Double or Nothing 2024 episode of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Back inside the arena, as Cowboy hypes out triple main event, the slot machine hits, and we find out the first of our 3 main events tonight will be the TBS Women's Championship contest. The elaborate pre-match video package airs to set the stage for our next match bout, which features Willow Nightingale defending her TBS Women's Championship against the women she injured the last time they met for the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. Mercedes Moné. The package wraps up, and a long entrance video intro plays for the CEO, who emerges looking fabulous at Vegas drummers and dancers play her out. Moné sells inside the ring for her long-awaited AEW in-ring debut. Her music dies down, and the theme for her opponent plays. Nothing too fancy, just a new white jacket for her ring walk, and Chris Stanlander and Stokely Hathaway by her side as she heads to the ring. The two are in the ring and ready to rock and roll. The ring announcer wraps up the formal pre-match ring introductions for the champion and the challenger, and the bell sounds. This one gets off to a hot start with these two. These two immediately getting after it as the crowd goes wild in the background inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Willow starts in the offensive lead, but Mercedes fights back, immediately leaving the ring for a breather until the champ gives chase, only to be intercepted by the challenger upon returning to the ring. Mercedes takes advantage of this for a roll-up, but only gets a near fall. Moné continues the attack, but is soon stopped by the champ, who sends Mercedes to the ropes for a series of strikes. Willow charges towards the challenger, but is hung up and sent to the outside instead of by Moné. Mercedes continues before heading back to the ring and takes to the ropes, only to be intercepted by the champ, who ends up hitting a gut wrench powerbomb, driving Moné onto the apron instead. Willow brings the challenger back to the ring for a suplex, but only gets a near fall as Mercedes then gets to her feet. She fights the champ off before climbing up, but gets caught on the shoulders of the champ, who sends Moné down hard to the mat. Willow sets her up on the turnbuckle for an elevated gut wrench powerbomb, but Mercedes turns it around and goes after Willow's ankle and the tree of woe. Willow drops the canvas, heading to the middle of the ring before the challenger goes right back after the ankle, wearing the champ down before catching her with the knee bar. Willow starts fighting out of it with punches on Mercedes, who fights back with the boot to keep her down. The hold heads up being broken as the champ gets back to her feet, only to be taken out with the dragon screw by Moné. The challenger catches a modified ankle lock on Nightingale, who manages to powerbomb out of it, sending Mercedes to the mat. Willow back up, only to be caught with a backstabber by the challenger, who makes the cover, but the champ kicks out. Short arm lariat by Willow gets dodged, and Monet goes for a flying octopus hold on Nightingale. Willow finally breaks out of it, catching the challenger with an ankle lock of her own as Mercedes manages to get out, and the impact sends the champ into the corner. Monet hits the ropes but is intercepted with a massive pounce by the champ that sends her down to the campus. However, Mercedes gets to her feet in the corner but is met with a big splash from Willow, only for Monet to fight her off before leaping off the turnbuckle and hitting into the spinebuster by the champ. Both women slowly get to her feet as Willow looks for a gut wrench powerbomb, but Mercedes counters out only to be rolled for a near fall and then sent to the mat with a shoulder bomb. Champ follows up with a fisherman suplex, but only get a near fall in the end. The CEO Mercedes Mornay captures the TBS Women's Championship with a win in an excellent hard-earned match after hitting her Monet maker finisher for the pinfall victory. After match, Monet celebrates as Chris Statlander and Stokely re-enter the ring to check on Willow. Chris is concerned Stokely is scolding her. Chris shoves Stokely on his ass outside of the ring. Chris and Willow leave together. Chris stops and knocks Willow out. She tears the bracelet she gave her off and knocks her out again. So winner and new TBS Women's Champion Mercedes Moné. So yeah, Chris Statlander turned heel. Alright, next match is the second match for the main event. Alright, so here we go. AEW World Championship, Swerve Strickland, who is a champion, versus Christian Cage. So it's main event time, part 2 of 3. The theme for Christian Cage hits in the arena after the elaborate pre-match video packages to build up our second of 3-minute events wraps up. The leader of the patriarchy makes his way to the ring for his big title opportunity. After he sells inside the ring, a special intro video for Swerve Strickland's ring entrance plays. We hear balls clanking and someone saying, "Swerve, come out to play," like from the famous scene in Warriors. Oh, that's where it's from. But when he was wearing the glass bottles, it was like it was from Freddy Krueger and stuff. So anyway, so here we go. From there, we transition into the regular theme for the reigning, defending AEW World Champion, and for the first time in a while, out comes Prince Nana to do the always entertaining, goofy-ass swerve dance. Yeah, I missed that. Swerve dance to bring him out. The two head to the ring together for our second to last match of the evening. It's time to find out who is leaving Sin City with the AEW World Championship in our last match. In our last title bout of the evening. Prince Nana leads fans in a "Who's house?" chant, Swerve's house. and now the bells sound, and up we go. Cage and Strickland stare each other down before the challenger turns his attention to the crowd, yelling at them before Swerve locks up with him back in the middle of the ring. They both end up on the mat, still locked up until Cage takes the champ to the corner. Swerve takes the fight to the challenger now, sending him to the corner this time before faking him out. Action moves back to the center of the ring as both men look for an opening, which quickly leads to the two extreme blows. This ends with Swerve getting a side headlock on the challenger, who fights out of it, only to be taken down with a shoulder tackle by Strickland, who stomps Cage's back right after Christian finally turns things around on him, however, laying in some mounted punches before the ref intervenes. Cage goes up top for a diving head, but Swerve rolls away before going after the challenger's arm until Cage grabs the ropes and escapes. Swerve goes out to slam Cage against the barricade, re-entering the ring to go up top, but Cage gets out of the way, turning things around. He lays in some chops and forearms. Right hand leads to Cage, sending Swerve back into the ring, posing to a wave of boos before attacking the champ against the ropes. Swerve tries to turn around on the challenger now, but Christian takes him down before hitting a frog splash off the top turnbuckle for a near fall. Cage continues the attack with his patriarchy patriarchy watching from ringside, but the champ fights back, sending Cage down hard. The challenger takes it right back to Swerve Howard, setting up for a spear before Strickland catches him with a gut wrench into a slam of the mat. Swerve keeps the challenger at bay, driving him back into the canvas before Cage gets back to his feet, only to get caught with a snap mirror and a neck breaker combination. He takes Cage to the ropes, now hanging him up on the middle rope with another neck breaker as Cage falls to the floor and he gets to his feet. The challenger is met with the big dive from Strickland. Cage brought back into the ring as Swerve goes up top for a frog splash of his own, but that only gets the champ near fall. Cage evades the house call, locking in the sharpshooter set. Swerve is struggling here as he inches towards the ropes, but Cage pulls him out into the middle of the ring. Swerve manages to get to his back, opening up for a small package that gets a near fall. Mama Wayne grabs the AEW World Championship and approaches the ring, only to be intercepted by Prince Nana, who pulls the title away, which gives Nick Wayne an idea, drawing the ref's attention to Nana holding the belt. The ref ejects Nana from ringside to a ref "You suck" chant from the crowd, and Cage sends Swerve out of the ring before distracting the ref even further as Killswitch and Nick Wayne attack the champ on the outside. Killswitch looks to go after Strickland, but hits Cage instead before getting laid out by the champ. Strickland gets back to the ring, but is caught by Cage, who gets the near fall in the process. Nick Wayne distracts Rev while Killshot tries to Killswitch to go after the champ now, but the Rev catches him and makes a call to eject the patriarchy from ringside. The crowd sings them goodbye as Swerve gets to his feet in the ring, hitting a knee on Cage, followed by a flatliner for a close near fall on the challenger. The action now spills out to the outside, where Strickland sets up the steel steps as the ref tries to tug some sense into him. Christian gets to the apron, but is spotted by the champ, who tries to send him into the steps to avail, but does hit a swerve stomp before sending the challenger back into the ring. He sets Cage up on the ropes now before going for a spear, but Cage evades, forcing the champ to dive right onto the steps. Instead, Cage goes back into the ring, looking to undo the turnbuckle pad. The ref intervenes, which keeps him from seeing Nick Wayne hit a cutter on champ from the steps on the floor. Swerve sent back in the ring as Cage hits a kill switch for the cover, but Strickland kicks out. Oh man. Cage brings him out of the ring, clearing out the top of the announce table as he looks for a kill switch onto the table, but the champ reverses, dropping Cage into the table with a swerve stomp. Instead, both men are barely moving as the ref begins the count, with Cage getting in and Swerve barely making it before the count of 10. Cage gets a near fall before looking for a spear, but is dropped with the house call. He heads back to the top and hits another swerve stomp for the pinfall victory with the win. Swerve Strickland retains the AEW World Championship in an excellent match. So winner and still AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. Yes, thank goodness. All right, main event time. Anarchy in the Arena. The Elite versus Team AEW. So we're finally here, guys. Let me drink something. Excuse me. There you go. Alright, main event time. Part 3 of 3. Last match. Main event. After the pre-match video package airs to set the stage, we get ready for the re-entrance for our third and final main event. As part of tonight's triple header, the Elite's entrances begin as the Young Bucks tune plays Out comes Nicholas and Matthew Jackson and colorful boxing star robes as their new Reebok pumps are plugged. We hear the coin drop. Out comes the Rainmaker, Kazuchika, Okada to join them. The scapegoat, Jack Perry's out next. And now the elite team settle in at ringside. As they get close to the ringside area, they are ambushed by the members of the Team AEW group. Bryan Danielson, FTR attack without any entrances, and the anarchy in the arena. Fight is officially off and running early. Excuse me, I got chills. Darby Allin's team hits, and out comes the replacement member for Eddie Kingston on Team AEW with a hat with barbed wire on it. He joins in on the brawl style fight at ringside as his music keeps playing for quite a while. The Bucks fight back and get on the mic and demand a cool banger of a theme play. Their music plays again as they continue to fight. Danielson fights back into the lead and demands that shitty music be cut off and asks for the best theme ever to play. The final countdown plays. Man, everybody was switching. All right, so here we go. Danielson focuses on Okada as we cut Dax fighting Matthew in the concession area. The action cuts back to another part of the crowd where Darby leads off the overhang onto Jack Perry. Okada and Danielson continue to go at it while Cage goes after Nicholas. Somewhere in the crowd, Matthew grabs a mic to cut the music once again, and again saying it's costing them $1,000 a minute. It's too expensive, and they can't keep playing it. Perry and Darby take to somewhere backstage as Matthew takes Dax down through the stairs. Okada and Danielson have joined Cash and Nicholas at ringside. They in turn are joined by Dax and Matthew. The crowd starts chanting for the music to come back as Okada starts to turn things around, knocking Danielson out with the Rainmaker drive sign. We cut to the parking lot where Darby and Perry are still going at it, and Perry gets sent into an ice bath. The fight ends up near a pile of debris where Perry grabs a pipe to deal more damage to Darby. As we cut back to the ring, the Bucks turn things around before hitting Dax with the shattered machine, but only get a near fall. Young Bucks try to double team Danielson but take out Okada instead. The Elite head to the outside as Danielson goes for a dive. Danielson dies but is caught with the chair by Okada, who continues the attack as we cut back to the parking lot where Jack Perry drives a charter bus into the pile of debris. It's unclear if Darby was in the pile, but it's clear the impact had an effect on the scapegoat. As we cut back to ringside where FTR catch Nicholas with a spike pile driver on the apron, Matthew gets sent down with the power and glory by FTR, but Okada breaks up the pin that follows before taking Dax down with the dropkick. He fights off Cash as we see Danielson is busted open on the outside. Okada continues to attack, mocking the crowd before Cash takes a bite out of his middle finger. Okada responds with a tombstone power driver, setting Cash down hard before looking for a Rainmaker lariat. But Darby makes his way limping down the ramp for the save. The two go at it until Darby gets a co-red, but Okada gets out, and the action continues. Darby doesn't get to follow up as he is pulled out of the ring by the Bucks, who takes him out with a powerbomb onto a stack of chairs. They bring Darby up the ramp, calling for the slot machine LED board to go up. As they take him into the elevator that bought Copen earlier, they call for that to come down as well as the board as Danielson intervenes, only to be sent into a stack of giant poker chips. They follow up with the TK driver sending the American Dragon onto the stack, going after Cash now as Nicholas looks to take him into the LED board, but Weir sends him crashing into it instead. Dax goes after Matthew, who sends him flying with the super kick, only for Cash to hit one of his own. On Matthew, Wheeler grabs a table, grabs a table from nearby, sending it up before Okada intercepts. Nicholas moves the table as Okada props Wheeler onto it, and Nicholas climbs up the side of the entrance tunnel while Okada gets driven away, only for Nicholas to fly off the tunnel, driving Dax through the table on the stage. We shoot backstage where Perry's finally making his return from the parking lot. Perry grabs Tony Khan from the desk before bringing him toward the ringside ringside area. We see Darby come back to ringside once again. This time, banishing the flamethrower he had on Dynamite as Jack Perry takes to the stage with Tony Khan in hand, only to be shoved away by the AEW president, allowing Darby to light the scapegoat on fire. Perry's legs are ablaze for just a moment before the Bucks rush in with the fire extinguishers, topping the fire on Perry, cutting off the flamethrower in the process. The Sandy ends up making its way back to ringside as the Bucks intercept Darby with the BTE trigger, but Darby manages to kick out. The Elite go back on the attack as the Bucks call for something, and we see a cable and Hook come down to the ring. I thought they were calling for the cage at first, but it's a rope. Okada grabs a cable from ringside, and they start tying Darby up to the Hook. FTR helps out and hits Shadow Machine, but Okada breaks up the subsequent pin attempt. We see an exploding chair spot next, and while Darby is still tied up, Jax hits Cash Wheeler with a super kick. Okada has some type of a thumbtack filled arm sleeve. He puts it on his Rainmaker arm. He hits it while tied up. Darby is hung upside down in the middle of the ring like a title and a ladder match, but a little lower. The Bucks take turns hitting him with the super kicks like Joshua Fabia training hung upside down Diego Sanchez for a UFC fight late in his career. Poor Dio Danielson fights back for Team AW with yes kicks to any and everything that moves. He hits his running knee finisher for can't end it on that. The Bucks hit an EVP trigger on Danielson as Jack Perry somehow drags himself back into the ring. Fans loudly chant, "We want Darby." Or I thought they said, "Please hold Darby," whatever. Seconds later, the Elite finished this one off with Jack Perry picking up the pin for his team. All of the bloody members of the Elite celebrate as Cowboy and Tony Schiavone talk about what an eventful night it has been and a historic past 5 years for AEW. That's how the show goes off the air. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, that was a good. Damn, it'd be 2 o'clock while making this video. So yeah. Anyways, that was a good show tonight. I hate to say this, but it was a little more better than WWE. But there were some good matches in WWE and Saudi Arabia and all that stuff. So yeah, that was a long one. Anyway, well, if you watch wrestling and stuff, who won during the Memorial Day weekend? All that stuff. So WWE or AEW? I think AEW won this weekend for Memorial Day weekend and all that stuff. So, anyways, that was it for this video, and hope you like it or not, whatever. So like, subscribe, favorite, hit that bell button, leave a comment, all that stuff. If you don't, I don't care what y'all guys do. But anyways, so yeah, a good show earlier tonight, and just letting you guys know, happy Memorial Day, all that stuff. So yeah, that was it, and I see you guys for the review for Monday Night Raw. Laters.